and girls, welcome to the no class invitational at the red ring of death. I am very attractive, and with me is noted inventor of nostril inversion therapy, Mike Megas.
I actually thought I knew where you were going with the name of the
You did
track.
not.
I thought you were going to go with the Red Donkey Ring.
No, not yet.
All right, we are indeed here at the Red Bull Ring for the ESR Multiclass Invitational Daytona Prototypes and GT4 race. And we have Sean. Looks like we picked up Sean at the wrong time. He just went off the track.
Noted baseball hacker Sean Kenny, who has 99 power and 99 speed.
He had 99 nothing. I refuse to give anyone 99 stats in any area. Closest thing is Rooster's velocity at 98.
Whoa.
Which he keeps losing stats. He's like, why do you keep raping my stats? I'm like, because I need to take points and put them elsewhere.
You do not.
I do. If you make the team too good, the game becomes exceedingly easy.
Well, that's fine.
Yep, we're not here for easy. We want drama. We want close games. We want battles.
Nah.
Want the occasional loss, frankly.
I want to see how many home runs we can all hit in one inning.
Oh, well, that'll be fun. My current best is 6.
That's pretty good.
So we'll see if we can do that.
But with my help, he could be the best.
I mean, let's see here. The part of the lineup that is like Doug, my cousin, you, me, Sean, and Ziggy. That could break the record pretty easily.
Yeah, as long as you stop fucking sandbagging me.
Not sandbagging you.
You're bunting to first every single time.
I don't think I will ever bunt with you. I think that is something we will never see. Caleb Gonzalez up front ahead of Ariel Zatoni, Max Simmons, Sean Kinney, and Bertrand Barrier. That is the top 5 in the prototype category. Guido De Palma, Zifo Duran on the front row of the GT4. Good to have Guido back. Zifo Duran, of course, looking to try to wrap up or try to extend his lead in the title race, because I do believe we only have one race after this, which is the Enduro at Daytona, which is a double point event. So there are some fun things coming in this series yet.
And if anybody has no idea what the hell we're talking about with the baseball, Mike is doing Super Mega Baseball 2 season playthrough, and you can catch that as posted on the ESR Racing Club Discord in the media and live feeds.
Indeed, we will be hopefully starting up this week. I've got two players still to make, and I've got people penciled in for both spots. So,
and it's both going to be me.
No, one is going to be my sister, and one is going to be a buddy of mine named Goop from elementary school. Here we go. And at the front of the pack, it looks like Caleb Gonzalez is in the lead ahead of Ariel Zatoni. Mike Stopmill not in the field today, so we won't have Stopmill watch. Stopmill watch, he's still winning.
And he runs in with a chair, oh my god.
Barrier has slipped back to 6th place behind Richard DeRoche. Good to see Bertrand having a decent qualifying effort. It's been a rough time for him in the prototypes, so it's nice to see him up near the front.
I agree.
Something happened with Fumihiro Kobayashi, though. He is in last place.
But why?
So I can give that away. I think he just lost connection at the start or something, because he just ended up like doing the teleport to the pits thing and just never left the pits. So
fair enough.
Don't know what happened. Could be real life called. Could be wife aggro. Could be could be wheel failure. There's any number of things that could explain the problem.
All I know is he has brought dishonor to his family.
Apologies if the commentary ends up a little bit slightly out of phase. We do have that little stuttering problem with the video on YouTube again, and I'm going to use my recording, which is, at least as far as I know, stutter-free. So we will possibly be like a little bit off on the commentary. Kind of like when we're watching
I haven't noticed it
fights.
actually lose time. It just pauses for a second or two, and then it picks up right where it should be later.
Yeah, I think the same thing, but at the same time, I'm just prepping for like if we do end up like slightly out
Listen,
of fantasy.
if we're a huge disappointment, it's all Martin's fault.
You're not wrong in this case, actually, because it's his
Right
video.
there, your boy Martin Edmonds, giving us choppy footage for 3 weeks now.
And battling with Richard DeRoche over third place right now, and he's currently ahead, but I like Richard's chances. And he streaks through on the way to... the name of this turn is like Shaw Gloss or something.
That's Frank Shaw or something.
I'm going to verify that, so fill time while I pull up a race map.
Everybody gather round, children, while I tell you a tale of high adventure. There once was a man named Ariel Zatoni, and he stabbed a badger right in the eyeball with a penknife. End of story.
Does seem like a thing that is a thing.
I like this. This is a good sandwich. Everybody sandwich up.
Indeed. Sean Kinney in a Barriere and Zatoni bread sandwich.
I like it.
In the meantime, we haven't talked at all about the GT4s. Guido De Palma leads from Zifo Duran and Sergio Mengual, followed by Butler, Magus, Javier Perez Torres, Tony Santa Clara, and Cole McRae. Cold Stone Cole McRae.
Indeed. The crayfish. It's your boy Martino. Freshly squeezed.
Also the other one? I was more or less correct. The corner's name is SCHLOSS Gold. So, Schlossgold, I think.
Yeah. Ja, und so?
Of course, there are corners on this track named after both Austrian world champions in F1.
All of them named Gunter.
Niki Lauda and Jochen Rindt. Jochen Rindt is, of course, one of the unique champions of F1 for depressing reasons, if you would like to know what they are, Byron.
Heroin?
He is the only Formula One world champion to not be able to receive the trophy because he was dead when he was crowned champion.
Dang, harsh.
He was so far ahead with like I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 races left in the 1970 season that he was not caught, even though he had died. As James Butler overtakes Sergio Mengual. He won the championship for the Lotus Formula One team, which was the dominant team back in the 1960s and 70s with title wins, with 2 with Jim Clark, 1 with Graham Hill, and then titles additionally with Jochen Rindt, Emerson Fittipaldi, and Mario Andretti.
Dang, those are names that I have heard of.
Yeah, Fittipaldi and Andretti are 2 of those names that like stuck around for freaking ever. Formula One champions in 1972 and 78 respectively, still racing in the 90s in America.
Mm-hmm. But what about your boy, Racer X?
Racer X is an interesting case and study. In fact, no one really knows his identity still.
I find that to be ludicrous and barbaric.
Dude. Oh, you used the word ludicrous. Now I'm just remembering that I saw a post on Facebook today where it was like so in the first Fast and Furious movie they play a song by Ludacris at the party.
Yeah.
And then
listen,
Ludacris
I posted that meme at you.
Okay. Ludacris was in the second one.
But continue so the people at home can follow along.
So we're in the interesting paradox in which who sung that song? Is it Ludacris or did Trey sing that song? Now he's working.
What happened to the hose? Are the hose okay?
Are those okay?
I got hoes in different area codes. Where are the hose? What happened to the hose?
Are the hose okay? These are truly the questions out of Too Fast, Too Furious.
These are the thoughts that kept me out of the really good schools.
Oh, the Fast and Furious series.
I enjoy them greatly.
I enjoy them, but like it does feel kind of disjointed, like the second half of the series from like the first half. Like the first half is like, all right, we kind of like we're low end street racers, and then it's like international criminal geniuses who do everything with cars. That series took That series took a very interesting direction after the third movie.
Yeah, well,
I'd say the
they
fourth.
also
Fourth.
did a weird timeline shift thing that they didn't really tell anybody about.
Yeah, yeah, the Hans thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Drift is actually like one of the last movies, and it was the third one made. And I don't even know where Too Fast, Too Furious actually fits in, ironically.
Well, that's literally the second one. So 1 and 2.
Is it actually the second one?
One, I think. Which one's Tokyo Drift? Is that the fourth one?
That's the third one.
Third one. Okay, so 1 and 2 makes sense. Tokyo Drift comes like way later timeline wise. It's after number 5.
The only reason number 2 kind of feels a bit weird is because at the end of number 2, right, Paul Walker's character Brian and Roman Pierce are going to go do their thing, and then the fourth movie comes around and Paul Walker's back in the FBI. So like, that's a bit of a weird turn.
Yeah, well, redemption story leads to street cred redemption story. I don't know. I just work here.
It just feels like the whole like going from like outcast of the FBI. Like, don't get me wrong, he handles the mission in Too Fast, Too Furious, and you could see that being like a redemption back into the FBI. But it seems just like it seems not what he wants to do at that point. So just like I don't know, a weird tonal shift again.
Gotta make money or be a dirtbag criminal.
That is true. And then they make a lot of money.
They do indeed make a lot of money.
Indeed, Martin Edmonds.
But they have to fight The Rock for it.
Martin Edmonds and Richard DeRoche battling over second place, as well as Max Simmons there. So three-way fight behind Caleb Gonzalez right now. Ariel Zatoni's having a rough day. He started on the front row and is back in 7th place, so it's not been going well for the Argentinian driver. It's been going great for the other Argentinian, though. Guido de Palma still has the GT lead there, about 2.5 seconds ahead of Zivo Duran. Tuxedo Duran.
Good on C4 Duran.
Here comes Max Simmons. Oh, that was a big stutter. Simmons trying to overtake Martin Edmonds. This, of course, is a no pit stop race, which does not work for Martin because he is the most likely person to flat spot the tires. And as a result, is the kind of the guy who really benefits from the mandatory pit stop idea that, you know, at least means it at least gives him 2 cracks at the cake. But he is in 3rd place, so he's doing quite well. As they lap the leaders in the GT section, that was Zico Duran there in the white and dark red BMW. Bertrand Barrier overtaking Max Simmons. So Barrier moving up the wall. Simmons is not having it. He's not having none of this. And forces him very wide there at the last turn.
Put him in the wall.
Almost did. If there wasn't so much runoff there was a chance he could have gone to the wall. But Barrier has taken the position back. So balls of steel on the French driver. I feel a little bit bad for Bertrand because he doesn't seem to speak like a particularly large amount of English. And he'll hop in like the voice channel after the races, and Martin left this time. Like, kind of, he had to go do some things. So he's trying to talk to us, and we're like, I don't speak like fluent French. It's like he really wants to be social, but there's just a language barrier.
Well, I mean, the easy solution there is to start speaking Latin.
Javier Perez Torres trying to go up the inside of Michael. That front end, holy moly! Javier has headbutted something, I assure you. That's not what a BMW is supposed to look like.
I disagree.
So Sean Kenny's up to 5th. What has happened? Oh, it's DeRoche. Richard's fallen back to 9th place. So something has happened to Richard DeRoche. He was fighting for 2nd place and is now 9th. There's Javier with his messed up front end battling with Michael Magus. They have, well, no one behind them actually. Just ahead of them is Tony Santa Clara. And it looks like Cole McRae may have hit problems. He is a lap down. We have a reverse grid for the 2nd race of the day, so get ready for that. The person who finishes 8th in each class will be the guy to lead their class away from the field. And that means that just a full reversal for the GT4s because there are only 8 of them here today.
I was going to say, does that mean Cole McRae might win the whole thing?
He might. Bertrand. Well, it would be kind of hard, though. If you finished 8th in the first race, that puts you way behind. Even if you win the second one, I'm not sure if you'd win overall, because I think you score less than the second one.
Win all the points. What if he just finishes in first, but then waits for everybody to go past him as soon as he crosses the finish line?
He would still start last.
Listen, I don't want to hear any of your weird logic and facts.
But it's all I have.
All I want to hear is ridiculousness and tomfoolery.
I mean, the ridiculousness is that this weekend in the UFC, we're going to see Christian Aguilera fight again, and I'm looking forward to the breakdown of that fight because Zane Simon and Conor Rubush find his name hilarious and believe that that name is the key to how he's become a good fighter. Like it was just like legally required.
Even more so than Yudong.
Well, Yudong was just born to be a great fighter. And it is always very amusing when they break down a Yudong fight. They also go out of their way. If anyone's ever fought Yudong and they're breaking down a fight for them, they will go out of their way to make the Yudong thing work.
I heard that Yudong's strong.
Yudong strong? Are you... Zane, are you claiming that the 145-pound featherweight weight class allows Yudong to go longer, stronger?
He needs to go deeper into the fight.
That's great. This is I kind of like the whole Chinese revolution in MMA right now. So many interesting names to do breakdown videos about. Oh, there's Bertrand Barrier looking to get past Martin Edmonds, the two French speakers battling it out for second place, and Edmonds, for the time being, is hanging on. But they do have Max Simmons right behind them, along with Sean Kinney, and actually not too far back is Ariel Zatoni, who we know has pace because he qualified second.
Like the salsa?
No, Pachier?
I believe it's pronounced Passier.
Passier.
I think that was the brand that back in the 90s, they had the whole ad campaign.
Oh, excuse me a moment. Tony Santa Clara is trying to bulldoze his way past Michael Magus, and we should give that, as well as Javier Perez Torres, so we should give that a little bit of attention. Now, please continue with your salsa story.
There was a salsa company. I believe it was Pace. It might have been somebody else. But their whole thing was that they were, made in Texas or someplace like Texas. Mm-hmm. And the other brand was made in New York City, and everybody would in the commercial would go New York City, and that was the whole ad. Like you were just shaming other companies for not being made by people who actually know what stuff's supposed to taste like, which is good. I think.
I mean, you can make things in New York City and have people who know what it's supposed to taste like.
You can't make stuff in New York City. You'd steal stuff in New York City.
You can, but I also don't know why you would want to. Like, New York City's an expensive place to do business.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what the whole, or if any of their claims were true, which they weren't. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, commercials do in fact lie to you.
Indeed, very much so. So it was, but it's the whole New York City is like ingrained in it. Just me mentioning that. Anybody who's listening to this commentary, just leave them a little note down below in the comment section saying, "Yeah, no, I remember that," and it's burnt into my skull. I
do recall this, but I didn't remember the brand name. So
I think it was Pace. It might have not been. I don't know.
If you ever want to piss off Brazilian F1 fans, there's a driver named Carlos Pache. Just say Carlos Pace.
Nice.
They get very worked up about it.
Gonna pick up the Pache.
Remember that I was doing there was a. Oh, hang on. I will wait to see if Barrier can get past Edmonds here. He can. Martin Edmonds going wide out of Schlossgold, and that is second place for Bertrand Barrier, who's had a rough campaign. So this is nice to see.
Martin, you got to do much poutine to hip go wide, dude.
So, anyways, I was doing the Formula One quiz where you had to name all 211 Formula One podium finishers in 20 minutes,
Whoa.
which was hard. There were some people I had no idea who they were on there. I think I got 176. So it's not bad. So, anyways, that's Carlos Pache is one of them. So that was where that was coming from.
Nerd.
Yeah, I am. What's your point?
I'm just saying. That's why everybody should subscribe to me, nerd.
Yes, the Mionir channel, home of
what the fuck is going on?
Whoa! There? Martin Edmonds went off the track and hit Sean Kinney.
What kind of weird loop-de-doo noodle section is this?
You know who this is profiting? That's Max Simmons slipping through past both of them up into third place. So he is very happy about that contact.
Especially because he ain't gonna make no pit stops.
Yeah, no pit stop. Max Simmons just gets to run to the end of the race.
Max, stop Simmons.
They work their way through the GT4 class. That is Javier Perez Torres in the blue BMW with the beat up front end. And oh no! A little bit of contact between Tony Santa Clara and one of the
Just a little bit.
prototypes.
It's fine.
And it looks like it was okay. Ariel Zatoni overtaking, or trying to overtake, Sean Kinney in this whole mix.
Kenneth, the frequency. What is it?
Well, he found the frequency against us in the Super Mega Baseball.
Yeah, thanks for sandbagging the whole team, Mike.
I'm not sandbagging. Well, yeah, I am actually sandbagging the whole team.
Sandbagging and carpetbagging and all kinds of bagging.
I mean, technically, there's nothing to stop me from giving everyone 100 attributes and everything, but it would be a ridiculously easy game.
I knew, man, you give
well,
the entire
unless I turned up the ego to like 99. Apparently, and this is just on the forums. I read this. The 99 ego in Super Mega Baseball is legitimately impossible to actually win on.
Huh.
The metalhead software guys who make the game have like legitimately made it. They're like, this is the challenge, not to win. No. How little you can lose by. The current record is to lose by 13 runs to the ego on 99.
That's pretty hardcore.
Which I can see, because right now I'm playing like ego, like I think 55 batting, which I'm probably going to go higher, and then like 35 base running and 35 fielding, because I am a terrible base runner. Oh my god, it's so bad.
Well, I mean, you don't have to cripple yourself and make. I mean, I know you are kind of slow because you're really.
No. Like the problem is I find the base running controls a little bit unintuitive. It's like I'll just like straight up make like a terrible like. No, why am I going back to second base? I don't want to.
Is that why you strand as many base runners as possible every time I'm up to bat and you have a sacrifice fly?
Well, sacrifice fly is sometimes what I'm going for.
And then you just park everybody on base so my sacrifice is needless and wasteful.
Hang on. Tony Santa Clara, Javier Perez. Can we go back to the positional battle,
Nope.
please? No offense to Max Simmons, we love seeing you on camera, and your late pit stop runs often lead to you being on camera a lot. But I would have preferred to see Tony Santa Clara finish that overtake of Javier Perez Torres.
Tony Seaton clarification.
And indeed, Santa Clara is up to 6th place in the GT race. They are behind Michael Magus there in the white, teal and green BMW. I keep picking that car just because of the nationality of the driver. It's got a Croatian driver. And we know I do love my home country, even though it hates me.
Crazy Crow Asians.
That was a big freeze up there.
It happens.
And,
I'm sure it's just because Martin's using his liquid cooling on his computer as a bong.
Hang on. Speaking of Martin Edmonds, looks like he's had a... Oh, no! He lost it again. Looks like he's had some problems and has dropped behind. Well, a bunch of people, frankly. Tony Santa Clara looking down the inside. Magus hangs on for... Oh, no! Tony is spinning it around. Looks like
You
there was some
spin me right
there
round,
was some
turn me
contact
right round.
rear quarter to front corner between Magus and Santa Clara. I do wonder if the steward will have to take a look at that. Don't have the stewarding report quite yet for this race. I do believe Jack has said he will have it ready tomorrow.
Jack, if you really want my help, I'm more than willing to pitch in.
I think Jack is actually exceedingly bored right now because he's not working.
I can help, Jack. I can help alleviate your boredom.
He's watching our YouTube videos. You are helping already.
Excellent. Also, I noticed in the baseball videos, you went over all these different musical things we could do, and yet we hear no music.
Do we not? Oh, well, yeah, it's because I tend to skip over. If there's a home run, you'll hear it in the walk up. I'll try to make sure that the music gets played. I'll also turn it up a little bit.
Crank it.
Because it's a little bit low right now. Because the problem is that the sort of like menu music is the same like slider as the in-game music, and if you're on the the menu for long enough, that music will drive you insane, completely insane.
And then
you develop a plan to conquer the world, and it's a really bad plan though.
I don't know. My plans are usually pretty inventive. It might not be good, but inventive.
It's not well thought up, and the logistics of it are next to impossible.
I demand that all plans be executed immediately.
All right, so we're a little bit over halfway. Ariel getting a little bit out of shape, but does what happened to Bertrand Barrier? There's got to be a timing glitch. There's no way Ariel just went from 5th to 2nd place on that. That doesn't work. It's not a thing, but we'll see. Caleb Gonzalez is leading the race. It's been a pretty quiet day for Caleb, actually. He's not way out ahead or anything, but he is comfortably in the lead. And Guido de Palma is leading the GT category race. And Javier and Michael Magus still battling over 5th position. Tony Santa Clara has dropped behind them after that spin. And we'll see what they can do. And BMW looking very strong in the GT category. No Liam Curtin today, which is disappointing. I do enjoy watching Liam's onboard videos. I enjoy the soft Irish dulcet tones.
He's just like getting really liquored up. Fuck that, you fucking pikey bastard!
No, he's really, really calm.
Oh, that's boring. I want to get the angry Irishman.
You should tell him that.
I think I just did.
I believe you. Oh! Problems for Ariel Zatoni there. He got very wide into Remus, I believe is that corner name. It has fallen back. Oh no, that was that was Remus. Okay, and then into Slosh Gold or Slosh Glosh here. Or
I'm gonna slosh some in my glosh.
I'm going to butcher these turn names. Ironically, I don't think I've ever heard the turn names get named at this track. Actually,
they're all named Dave.
I feel like commentators don't really bring them up at all, which is interesting. It's not like Spa, where they name every corner, and as a result, we all know the Spa corners. This track will always be the A1 ring to me, because in my childhood it was called the A1 ring, and then got renamed Red Bull when Red Bull decided to buy the track.
Was it originally named after the A1 steak sauce?
I don't believe so, but it's possible. Oh, contact between Javier and Michael Magus.
Contract.
Looks like that has sorted itself out more or less, but they are still going side by side into the next turn as well. And looks like Magus has got the superior drag, which is not surprising. Again, Javier's front end is quite messed up. And even though these BMWs are not very aerodynamically sensitive, I still imagine he's probably losing a little bit on the straights. That is the race leader, by the way, Caleb Gonzalez, working his way through. I think he is the only Wayne Taylor car for a change today. leading quite a ways ahead of Bertrand Barrier, Sean Kinney, Ariel Zatoni, John Barker, Max Simmons, Richard George, Wayne Hutchison. Oh, Wayne Hutchison's also in that car, so that could be Wayne as well. Martin Evans and Mauricio Delgado, Guido De Palma, Zifo Duran, James Butler, Sergio Mangual, Michael Magus, Javier Perez Torres, Tony Santa Clara in the GT class running. We appear to have lost Cole McRae as well as Fumihiro Kobayashi.
Tony Santa clarified butter.
Ooh, it's a good one. Tony Santa Clara line, tacos.
You know what it is? You know what's really throwing me off? Is it's the same amount of syllables, or is it? I can't remember. I believe it's from The Godfather.
Well, hang on a sec. Oh, Barrier getting through there, just barely.
No, it's not from The Godfather. I can't remember. There's a character in a movie somewhere named Tony Pizzicata.
Okay.
And it's, what is your name? My name? Tony Pizzicata.
John Kenny getting a little bit wide there. Javier Perez Torres found his way past Michael Magus, and Ariel Zatoni getting past Sean Kenny, who had to go wide to avoid the GT4 scrap. Tony Santa Clara up the inside. I think that ended in tears for him. Tried to overtake Javier Perez Torres, and it did not work. He was trying to overtake Magus and Perez Torres in that same corner, and did not actually make it work.
And then?
Like, now he's in 7th place again.
This seems fair.
So Sean Kinney has dropped off the podium, losing that spot to Ariel Zatoni. Seems like nobody wants that 3rd place. Everyone who's been in 3rd place has made a mistake and fallen off the podium quite rapidly after getting the spot. So we'll see if Ariel can hang on.
I remember where that name's from now.
Oh, hit me.
It's from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, good movie.
It's my favorite movie. And it's the scene where they're trying to get into the Debbie Reynolds concert, but they won't let him in because it's sold out and it's already happening. And your boy, Benicio del Toro, starts going after him, all legalized and lawyerified, and gets his name and all that stuff.
Speaking of movies, watched Drive Angry the other night, and I enjoyed it.
And yet you criticize the Fast and Furious movies.
I don't criticize the Fast and Furious movies. It's like I like each individual Fast and Furious series. It just seems like it's 2 different series at some point.
That
a transformation happened. That's all I'm saying. Drive Angry, excellent movie. Check it out if you've not. William Fincher as the Devil's Accountant is a great idea. Jesus Christ. Not his work. Also, Carpenter. Also, actually preferred short hair. Misreported that he was into the long hair. You almost killed me. Oh, don't even say that. I won't see you until you're 65. You will see in 6 months.
With only 9 minutes and 46 seconds left in the race, who do you think is going to come out on top? Will Caleb Gonzalez pile it into the wall like a Creighton, or probably not, and just win anyway?
I mean, he is in control right now, 12 seconds out ahead of Bertrand Barrier. Barrier is catching him up a little bit, so it just seems like Caleb is kind of cruising out there. So I think he's probably in a good spot as long as the car doesn't fail him or he has a lack of competition. Now, the GT race is still very interesting, though. Guido De Palma leading by just over 2 seconds from Zifo Duran, and we know Zifo can make a light charge. We'll see if he can do it again. Tony Santa Clara on the tail of Michael Magus. This battle's been going on for laps between these two and Javier Perez Torres, and has taken a number of turns, so we'll see what Tony can do. Looks down the inside and thinks better of it. And that is is either John Barker or Martin Edmonds coming through to lap the battling GT4s.
It's actually both.
Probably Edmonds, because it looks like Barker's... I was going to say probably Edmonds, though, because he is... Well, we're seeing Barker here very close to Sean Kinney, who's not in the shot, so that would make sense.
One Barcadero, OP.
He's having a pretty good race up in 5th place, actually. Good run for John Barker.
Get him, John.
Just calmly making his way through. That is Mauricio Delgado in the Visit Florida car now, coming up to lap the GT4 battle. Got to be kind of boring for Mauricio right now. He's kind of just running around on a different lap than anybody, so he's legitimately just not racing anybody.
Currently, Cole McRae comfortably in 8th place.
That is true. Tony Santa Clara trying to find his way past again, and it looks like he overshot the turn. Did Magus get it back? He did. Mike Magus hangs on to 6th place.
If you're drinking at home, that's 2 drinks.
It is. Ariel Zatoni in the meantime trying to hunt down Barrier. Barrier has taken about another 3/10 out of race leader Caleb Gonzalez. So that gap is again, it's shrinking, but with 7 minutes to go, I don't think 12.5 seconds are really in the cards. I feel like Caleb is just kind of setting himself a nice comfortable pace, and that's kind of really all we got going here. Should be mentioned, Perez, Torres, Magus, and Santa Clara are catching up to Sergio Mengual, so that could become a 4-way fight before the end of this race.
4-way dance.
4-corner survival match.
Correct. Have I ever linked you to a video by Super Eye Patch Wolf?
Yes.
He put out a new video on the weekend. It's all about being a heel in wrestling.
Oh, I'm very intrigued.
I will link you up to that.
I enjoyed the Steve DeMarco breakdown of heel psychology back in the day. It was interesting.
And completely flawed and horribly wrong. No, I have no idea. It's probably pretty good.
I will say Steve DeMarco is not a particularly good wrestler. I've seen him work. Like his in-ring work is just not super great, but he is very, very good at the psychology aspect of the trade.
Well, maybe that's part of his psychology, is not being good at worker.
Maybe.
Perhaps he is a genius.
Oh, pressure contact again between Magus and Santa Clara into that corner. It looks like Santa Clara has got the job done this time.
Excellent. Fuck that guy. I mean,
Tony Santa Clara does have pace over both Magus and Perez Torres. He has shown that, but has been a little bit mistake prone today. And Magus is still on his tail, looking to get that spot back here in the last 5.5 minutes. And Javier Perez Torres up ahead with the beat-up BMW.
perhaps he is from
John Barker coming up to Bertrand Barrier, who has suddenly fallen to 4th place. So Sean Kenny back up to the podium positions. Congratulations. What is the frequency, Sean Kenny? He has found the frequency, I do believe. And it looks like Barrier's car has seen better days. So it looks like maybe a bit of a headbutt was thrown.
One of these days, I'm just going to insist that if you don't use my nicknames for everybody, then you're just going to, be fired.
Can't fire me.
That's true. You're not specifically paid and therefore cannot be fired.
You cannot fire someone who is not being paid.
Correct.
Although I did get, I have been paid little bits by ESR over time, but it's just gifts and stuff.
Yeah, I did get gift cards for the liqueur store, so technically,
there is
while not specifically monetary, it has been redeemed for goods.
There will be something coming to a certain person in ESR relatively shortly, actually.
Oh, very nice! Congratulations to that human creature.
I'm not gonna name them. I'm gonna let everyone think it's them, and then they can be let down.
Whoa, very nice.
Pleasantly surprised. Javier Perez Torres is all over the back end of Sergio Mengual, so that busted up front end has not stopped the Mexican driver from making a late charge here. You can make a comment about, of course a Mexican knows how to drive a beat-up car, but rain.
Q scene from Cheech and Chong. Oh shit! Which movie was it where they went to Mexico?
I don't even know.
Is it Up in Smoke? They went to Mexico with the
they
van made out of weed.
they all kind of blend together for me. Like honestly,
I don't remember. I do rather enjoy it.
I actually knew a guy named Tommy Chong in elementary school, so that was interesting.
That sounds dope.
And it was Billy and Tommy Chong. They were brothers.
Somebody was a fan.
Possibly. One was a big Chinese guy, one was a small Chinese guy.
Well, I mean, Tommy Chong's half Chinese, so there you go. Like the original.
The OG crossbreed.
Indeed. From Vancouver. Sorry, proper pronunciation. Vancouver.
That's right. You gotta make that proper.
Correct.
Max Simmons going past Sergio Mengual and Javier, who are still battling for fourth place. Javier with a heroic effort here with a car that probably isn't handling quite correctly. We have no idea how it ended up like that, to be honest.
You gotta reach down, you gotta take a firm grasp and handle it directly.
Indeed, just like the batters who grabbed their crotch before stepping into the plate.
Correct.
Whoa! Sean Kenny getting a little wide there. The battle for second place is still on, and Caleb is like turned up the heat. He's now pulled out to almost 16 seconds. Almost 15, pardon me. As the Wayland car of Richard Durocher negotiates the traffic.
Big old Ricky D.
Grande. So the lead has not really changed in either class pretty much this whole time. Caleb Gonzalez still out front in prototypes. Guido De Palma still holding up his end in the GT class, although Zifo Duran is still quite close to him. James Butler rounding off the podium there, and it is Ariel Zatoni and Sean Kinney holding the podium in the prototypes. They both have had some issues throughout the race. It's not been a smooth ride, but they're coming through in the end.
I'm a smooth rider, baby.
Mm-hmm. Making their way past that, in fact, was GT leader Guido De Palma there in the yellow and blue BMW. Javier Perez Torres still on the tail of Sergio Mengual. What do you think? Is he going to get it?
Hell yeah, put him on the wall, Javi.
Here we go. Javier Perez Torres heading on to the final lap. And we'll see what he can do here because the clock is at 0, but the leader, I'm not sure what the leader is, so we might get one more lap here. Tony Santa Clara is right up on this battle as well. Michael Magus has fallen back.
What do I?
All right, final lap. Javier, can we go back to that fight? Really, camera guy.
Yeah.
You need to follow me and love my nuts here.
I think the race director is a bit racist.
Sean Kenny has fallen back to 6th place, so we're just saying things were looking good for him and must have made a terrible mistake. And Javier's got it. He is past Sergio, but they're going 3 wide. With Tony Santa Clara, and very close to them is also either Caleb Gonzalez or Wayne Hutchison, who probably saw his racing life flash past his eyes right there a little bit, as 3 GTs were trying to fight for position, and Javier coming out on top ahead of Mengual and Tony Santa Clara. But we are not done yet. Couple of corners to go. Checkered flag is out.
They are all disqualified for driving cars with more than 3 wheels.
Could be. That does mean that Caleb Gonzalez, I do believe, is your winner. So congratulations, Caleb.
Your winner.
And probably that does mean that Guido De Palma has picked up the victory in the GT category. As we come to the line here, final turn for Javier Perez Torres, Sergio Mengual, and Tony Sinclair. In the background is Martin Edmonds, who is coming through. Rough day for him. He'll take 9th in the GT category, or in the prototype category, which means he misses out on the reverse grid, front row or pole by just 1 spot. That's got to be heartbreaking.
Misses out by only 9,000 of a second.
Gonzalez winning the race from Zatoni Barrier. I think that's Bertrand Barrier's first ESR podium, and as a result, I will give a quick
a gorilla clap.
Well, pretty much having to hold the push to talk button while clapping is
true.
Difficult. So
just slap your arm next time. God, like crazy heroin addicts pretending like you don't know what's going on.
That was my arm against my shoulder.
Wow, you can't do that in public anymore.
I mean, you pretty much can't. Oh, I'm actually not on push talk, so I can give a clap. Hang on. There we go.
Is that why we've been hearing you inhaling all the cocaine the whole time?
My apologies. I will fix the problem.
It's totally fine. It hasn't been an issue.
Oh, well. I probably when I do the Super Mega Baseball recordings, of course, I turn push to talk off because I'm using the controller, which has no push to talk ability.
That sounds very short-sighted.
It is very short-sighted. All right, push to talk is now on.
You should get a wah pedal and use that to activate press talk.
Here we go. Wayne Hutchison will lead the field away, and from pole it will be Cole McRae in the GT category. Here we go. Can Wayne hang on for 20 minutes of the Red Bull Ring here? Whoa! Max Simmons going hard, and I'm not sure that was a good idea. I'm not sure Richard DeRoche is super happy with that one, but Hutchison still leads it from Kenny and Barrier. Then it is Gonzalez, Edmonds, and Zatoni, your top 6.
Delightful.
Sean Kenny looking to take the lead early on here. He's up on the tail of Wayne Hutchison. Cole McRae does lead the GT category from Michael Magus. That was the front row. And Simmons, Gonzalez, and DeRoche are now all mixed up with GTs, and that's going to complicate their run for sure. Fumihiro Kobayashi did make the grid this time. It's nice to see. He's up to 6th place. Make it 5th place, as Martin Edmonds goes way off the track.
73rd place.
On the left-hand side, you will see a giant bull on this track. I always wonder what that bull is actually made of.
Porcelain.
Possible. Probably not. There it is in the background. All right, Wayne Hutchison leads from Sean Kenny, Bertrand Barrier, Ariel Zatoni, Kobayashi, Barker, Delgado, Simmons, Gonzalez, Edmonds, DeRoche. Then it is McRae, Magus, Perez Torres, and De Palma at the top of the pile in GT4 with Tony Santa Clara, Zifo Duran, and James Butler, along with Sergio Mengual. 19 cars out here, 8 GTs, 11 prototypes. Should mention we should have a official announcement, but we're doing a series with RWB on ACC, which is going to be a multi-server event that's going to be really fun, and everyone is encouraged to come out and join that. As Bertrand Barrier goes down the inside, and that is for position against Wayne Hutchison. So Hutchison has fallen back to 3rd after starting on pole, and it is Sean Kenny and Bertrand Barrier leading the way. Michael Magus, Javier Perez Torres battling over second place. Hey, look. Javier's car looks semi-intact.
Indeed. Well done, sir. Well done.
He makes the overtake stick on Magus there. And Wayne Hutchison, 3rd place. Of course, these short races are not really to Wayne's forte, because, of course, making the tires last and fuel calculations are kind of his thing.
I can feel it heavy in the air tonight. Hold on. To first place.
Well, he is in first place. You're right. Cole McRae has fallen all the way back to 7th. What happened there?
That's because he ain't no good and he ain't no Javier Perez.
I mean, the second part is certainly true. I blame it on the fact that he's driving a Porsche.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Slightly racist, but not wrong.
Michael Magus hanging on to second place against Guido De Palma and Tony Santa Clara. And behind them it is Zifo Duran, the championship man to look at. That is Butler, McRae, and Mengual.
Dr. Menguala.
Dr. Mengual. Magus has lost a spot there. Oh no, disqualified. Speeding in the pit lane. Sergio Mengual. That's going to hurt his championship battle.
Sir, you done been disco-fied. You have to sing ABBA for the next 2 weeks.
Tony Santa Clara forces his way up the inside. There's Zifo Duran looking to try to do the same. Mike Magus is just getting picked off here, right, left, and center.
Well, I tried to tell you to be more aggressive and push that gas pedal, and then you just you taking all this junk off of some crazy northern Portuguese guy.
I think honestly part of the problem is the ballast in the GT category is really messed up because the attendance has been really spotty in this series.
Oh yeah.
So you have a bunch of fast guys who are in 7th place in the championship, for example, but are the fastest guy on the track, and as a result, they just don't have ballast. It's kind of like if Mike Stockmill periodically showed up once in a blue moon and was like, "Yeah, I got no ballast. I'm just gonna take my win now."
I'm gonna rip your butthole right out.
Just let it happen, baby. I feel like Mike Stockmill might pull a Daniel Ricciardo at some point on the comms to his crew chief, which of course is can't remember what race it was, but it was one of his late races with Red Bull Racing in Formula 1, and Daniel Ricciardo was getting reports that one of the cars ahead of him was on really bad tires, and Daniel Ricciardo's response was, "Excellent, I like them vulnerable." Kobayashi up onto the podium now. He's having a heck of a second race here after being not able to really just be in the first race, apparently. Got past Ariel Zatoni there and is now in 3rd place behind Sean Kenny and Bertrand Barrier. So he's ahead of Zatoni, Hutchison, Barker, Simmons, Gonzalez, Edmonds, DeRoche, Delgado. That's a hell of a name list as Ariel Zatoni trying to get back past him into the first corner and succeeds.
Sometimes you eat the Barrier and sometimes the Barrier eats you.
That's true. Max Simmons battling side by side with John Barker in the SunTrust car here. Talk about a contrasting driving style. You got Max Simmons, very aggressive, very extreme ends of the strategy, versus the calm, cool, measured and collected style of John Barker. I'm not advocating for either style necessarily. I'm just pointing out there's a heck of a difference there. As Bertrand Barrier saves it there off the curb into Slosh Gold.
The slushy boy.
Slosh Gold. Why do I keep saying Slosh Gold? Probably because I like that turn name. If I ever design a track, there's a turn getting named that.
Sponsored by Sloppy Top.
Any kind of Slurpee brand would really work. Zifo Duran still looking for a way past Michael Magus. He's not coming yet. This is about 3rd place. Tony Santa Clara was ahead of these guys, but it appears we've lost Tony. So we are down to 5 GT4 cars having the disqualification of Sergio Mengual. Cole McRae is gone. And it looks like we have also lost Tony Santa Clara.
Cole too swole for this server. Sorry.
Apparently.
I'd like to thank today's sponsor for this race, Swolery, the only vegetable snack injected with pure pork protein. Swolery, get swole.
Apparently Stone Cold Steve Austin is looking to get in touch with Shark Boy to bring him on to his podcast.
That sounds dope as fuck.
To talk about the Stone Cold Shark Boy character.
Indeed. That guy got paid as fuck.
somebody had asked about it in an email, and so Steve Austin is like, I would love to talk to Shark Boy about that. I don't have any contact info for him, so if someone can send it my way.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We can talk about Shell, yeah.
Just give me a shell, yeah. Man, I was hyped. I'm more hyped for Shark Boy coming out than anybody else.
That was one of the great tag teams they had. Actually, was him and Curry Man.
Yeah.
Great. He's spicy, and give me a shell, yeah.
You know what they should have done is he should have done a little work with Chikara, so he could have teamed up with the Sea Donsters.
Probably did at some point.
That's possible. King of Trios. There got to be a King of Trios with at least was it Hydra and Tim Donst.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Tim Donst is always.
Well, that's why it's called the Sea Donsters. It's because of Tim Donst.
I know. I always like the teams that Mike Quack, the random teams Mike Quackenbush will form for the King of Trios.
Yeah.
Wayne Hutchison going through on that was a Duran off track a little bit. Butler has gotten ahead of Duran and Magus, so I suspect they may have come to blows, and there is a hell of a fight going on for 5th place right now. Wayne Hutchison slides wide, loses control. Caleb Gonzalez bumps somebody as well, and yeah, that's a lot of prototypes trying to fight over 5th position there. My lord. They're working. Oh, Richard DeRoche loses control a little bit. Oh, Richard, no! Martin Edmonds picks up a spot. What is going on here, Richard?
What's going on?
Approaching the halfway point here.
Far too many of you crashing.
It's been a rough day around the Red Bull ring here today. John Barker on the tail of Ariel Zatoni and making his way through some traffic there. That's Guido De Palma and Javier Perez Torres, the battle for the GT class lead going on while these guys are battling over 4th place. So it's a positional rundown because I haven't done one in a while. Sean Kenny is still out in front by just about a second and a half over Bertrand Barrier. Fumihiro Kobayashi in 3rd place, followed by Zatoni, Barker, Hutchison, Gonzalez, Edmonds, DeRoche, Simmons, and Delgado. And then in the GT category, it is De Palma leading from Javier Perez Torres, James Butler, Michael Magus, and Zifo Duran. That was Wayne Hutchison, I think, going very wide. No, it was Gonzalez going very wide. Pardon me. Wrong Wayne Taylor car. And that allows both DeRoche and Edmonds through. Hutchison is one of the Wayne Taylor racing cars. Which
Wayne on
does,
Wayne violence.
It's Wayne. It's Wayne in a Wayne.
If it wanes in Spain, does it fall mainly on the plane?
Probably.
We'll have to ask Mr. Santa Clara.
Or Mr. Duran, or Mr. Manuel.
What is up with the DNFs? Or I guess Duran's not DNF'd yet.
Yeah, Duran is still running, but it does look like we've lost Santa Clara for unknown reasons, and Mengual got black flag, so he's a DSQ.
It would appear that there's been a second Spanish Civil War.
A little bit. Not a good second race here for the Spaniards, after having a pretty decent race win. Martin Edmonds up on the tail of, speaking of the Wayne Taylor racing car, of Wayne Hutchison. That is him there. And directly behind them is Richard DeRoche in the Wayland car. Richard DeRoche, of course, lost his championship lead at China when he arrived literally like 2 minutes too late for the race. It was heartbreaking.
China. Why do my eyeballs look like buttholes?
Why does everything about you look like a blood?
I don't know. What's up with that? I don't understand.
Don't know.
If one person could be the least aesthetically pleasing human on earth, why is it him? Like, I've seen ugly people, right? We've all seen ugly people. You go like, oh, damn, geez, genetics were not kind to that human. But it's not even that he got fucked that hard with genetics. It's just like he's done it to himself.
Pretty much.
Much like everything else in his life.
Pretty much, yeah. Because, I mean, he's got reasonably attractive kids.
Yeah, except for the two sons that have like the huge goiters under their throats or whatever the fuck they are. Are they part frog?
But like his two daughters, very attractive, although
he would date them himself.
Completely
He has said so.
He has said so, yes. At least one of them. Has he said it about both of them?
I assume.
They look very similar, as I imagine.
Yes. He probably can't tell the difference because his eyes are all like bleached up and buttholed. China. Sorry, what were we talking about?
We're ripping up Donald Trump right now.
China.
I had an interesting experience the other day. I met up with Nilo in MechWarrior Online.
Oh man.
And I actually agreed to do some group drops with him. I brought him on the TeamSpeak server. We're having fun, and by fun I mean I was laughing at him dying constantly.
Does that mean I have to avoid shit on TeamSpeak now?
No, it's not.
Did you ban him afterwards?
Oh no, I'm just saying, make fun of him all you want.
Okay.
What's he gonna do? We got no code. We got no code of contact here. I don't think he's coming back.
That's true. We don't have a code of conduct. It's Martin just you Edmonds, and me. Oh my god.
Martin Edmonds spinning out there after a little bit of contact. Also, I don't think he's coming back after I finish the story.
Fair enough, Kara.
So, Rune, a friend of mine from the Presto GP days back in my old race league, he periodically pops on TeamSpeak and we'll chat about some stuff. And he popped on, and I dragged him in the channel. I'm like, "Hey, Rune, how you doing?" He's like, "That's good." He's Norwegian.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and Nilo started to make fun of his accent because
he's racist.
Does. I got an idea. I'm like, hang on, let us finish this battle here, Rune. I want you to read something. He's like, okay. So we get out of the battle. And I link him up to like the Joe Biden platform for president. I'm like, read through that and tell me what you think. Where on the political spectrum you think that falls? He's reading it. And like we were doing a couple battles. We pop in a battle. He's like, you guys had a battle? And we're like, yeah. What would you think? This is like some really, really right-wing stuff, frankly, to the rest of the world. And Nilo just is like, what? It's it's socialist bullshit. I'm like, this is fucking great. and Rune just goes, listen, I live in Norway. We are a very socialist country. Perhaps I view things right and left a lot differently, but most of Europe, I think, would agree this is right-wing to centrist stuff. Because, of course, yep. Nilo believes Joe Biden is a socialist, which anyone who believes Joe Biden is a socialist, I don't know how to help you. I just don't.
You know what? Bernie Sanders, pretty centralist to slightly right-wing leaning centrist.
Bernie, I'd say, is fairly solidly on the left anywhere you look, but he's not the extreme left that he was made out to be in America.
Yeah, I get it. You could probably float him anywhere around in the center. It's to wrap up the whole political thing, which people didn't really tune in for anyway. You people need to realign your goddamn perspectives. Holy shit.
Pretty much. America's view of the political spectrum versus everybody else's view of the political spectrum is interesting.
Yes.
So Javier Perez Torres on the tail of Guido de Palma.
See, you did such a bad job. You didn't even curse Guido de Palma's life for daring to overtake Javier Perez Torres.
I mean, we got 3 minutes.
How dare you, sir, besmirch the valiant effort of Perez Torres.
And to be clear, at this point, I was actually offering words of encouragement to Javi during the race because, I mean, I'm not racing anybody. I'm 17 and a half seconds behind James Butler. We've lost Zifo Duran, so I'm running in last place, which is 4th. Only 4 GTs still going. And no, I was super cheered for Javier. So let's see if he can pull it off. Because Javier Perez Torres, race winner, it's got a hell of a ring to it, I gotta say. In the meantime, there I am actually. Michael Magus getting lapped by by Caleb Gonzalez and Richard DeRoche. Weird to see Caleb Gonzalez versus Richard DeRoche for 6th place in this race. Those are two of the fastest drivers in the field. And to see them both not on the podium is quite shocking. But I got to give a shout out to Fumihiro Kobayashi, who is my driver of this race. Like, for pretty much sure, didn't get to participate in the first 40 minutes, the first race. He's up in 3rd place here after starting in 11th. He's having a fantastic race. It looks like we've lost Martin Edmonds from the race as well. So the poutine coefficient has gone way down.
Tabernac.
So Sean, Kenny, Bertrand Barre, Kobayashi, Zatoni, Barker, DeRoche, Gonzalez, or Gons. Let us know. Caleb, do you want to be known as Gonzalez or Gons? Like,
He's the great Gonzo.
Pick one way here. Simmons, Hutchison, and Delgado.
How dare you question the great Gonzo?
And then on the GT4 side of things, it is De Palma, Perez, Torres, Butler, and Magus, the only ones still running. And thus they're in for a pretty big haul of points.
Yeah, excellent. Do you get all the points that get a lot of DNFs? Do you just get all them points too?
No.
It's like dragging a net behind you, you just collect all the coins.
No, you're just guaranteeing yourself more and more points by soldiering on. These small fields mean that, you know, just getting to the end is worth your time.
Word.
As they lap the Porsche of James Butler there, your least favorite livery in the field, I do believe.
That is correct. There's no way you can make that a popular flavor of ice cream.
What would you do with Caleb's livery? Where are we going with this? Like some kind of orange chocolate?
Yeah,
thing?
you just go with licorice and orange. It's good.
There we go.
You ever had Tiger ice cream?
I have.
There you are. It's just a little heavy on the licorice. I don't know if I go that heavy.
Looks like Javier has been seen off by De Palma here. We're on the last lap, and he's drifted about 1.8 seconds, 2 seconds behind. So I think...
Get him, Javi.
Looks increasingly likely that Guido De Palma is going to pull off the double header here. And oh, that was a little bit non-standard of a blue flag moment. So basically right there is, so Guido started going for the racing line there while Caleb was going for it. And that's generally speaking a no-no under the blue flag scenario, because you're not supposed to defend the position if you're under blue flags. And that could be construed as a defense.
And I'm going to go ahead and blame Caleb because he is very short.
Nothing really happened, so nothing for the steward to handle about. But just, just giving a shout out to Guido to check the mirror a little bit there, my friend. That was a little suspect.
He's going into a corner. He's trying to race the race. Leave him alone. He's a good Canadian kid.
As if he's Argentinian.
You're don't tell me what to do. My name's John Cherry, and I'm wearing a very loud suit.
That he is.
Fuck, I miss Don Cherry.
Now I feel like the comic need to have Don Cherry commentate a race. Boy.
Do you want me to do that for a whole race?
Yeah, if you could do it. If you can
I don't
make
know
it
if I
happen.
can keep that up. It's easier to do Bane, obviously.
That's true. All right, Javier does bring it home in second. It's not a win, but I want to say that might be his best result in a main series race. So, congratulations! I'll give the chest thump to Javier Perez Torres.
I would like to say that he didn't pile it into the wall in the last corner like the last 2 times, so he's definitely improving.
That is a solid improvement.
Javier.
Just waiting for the last couple of cars to finish up here. Then I'll give you the standings rundown as well as the where we're headed to next.
That would be to the bar.
Not me. I'm gonna have to go to bed because I've got this whole work. I have this whole work thing going on.
Oh, suddenly you're employed and everything's important with that. Sure, whatever.
Yeah, it's a 1-month contract. It's paying me really well, and of course,
that's nice.
Not gonna lie. Last weekend was a good weekend.
All the heroin.
It was a good weekend. There was cash. Let it never be said that you can't make money off of MMA betting.
Correct.
That being said, it is still not a great plan.
Also correct.
All right, so
Holy crap!
do we
Go across the line already. Jesus.
who is holding up this process? There we go.
Probably Martin.
Sean Kenny takes your victory in the prototype class here in race 2 for Bertrand Barrier. Fumihiro Kobayashi, I think that's his first podium, so congratulations to him, as well as to Bertrand Barrier. Good results for them. Ariel Zatoni, John Barker, Richard Roche, Caleb Gonzalez, Max Simmons, Wayne Hutchison, Mauricio Delgado getting to the end, and only 4 GTs got to the end. That was Guido De Palma, Javier Perez Torres, James Butler, Mike Magnus. Actually, Zifo Duran has shown us 5 laps down, so he may actually have finished the race and just had something
very wrong.
terrible happen to him. But that is appreciated.
He gets the Federico Svanger Award.
He does. The Dark Lord of the Sith approves of your hustle.
I will finish this race under extreme hatred.
Pretty much. All right, championship standings in the prototypes heading into. Oh wait, the standings have not been updated. I am going to have to talk with Mr. Martin Edmonds about this.
He's fired.
The log file is not actually here. So that kind of short circuits my plan here.
Actually, I didn't want to tell you this, but Martin died last week, drowned under Basset Hound slobber.
I'm going to suggest, just doing quick math in my head here, that Caleb Gonzalez continues to lead the prototype standings and has in fact increased his lead because Mike Stoppmill was not here today. He was in second place. And Martin Edmonds did not have a particularly good race either. So Gonzalez would appear to be a little further ahead now. And that in the GT4 category, I believe that by finishing 5th place, actually, that Zifo Duran has overtaken Liam Curtin in the championship.
That sounds dope. Interesting, if true. I believe the entire world was destroyed.
So congratulations to him. Although the drop scores might affect that. So we'll have to see how these drop scores work out at the end of the day. Because it looks like Zifo is... basically, he's got a drop scoring coming, which is going to affect his standing here. But he may be in the lead of the prototypes. I would say that, or in the GT class, I believe the prototypes are solidly in Caleb's favor right now. And we're headed on to Daytona for the final round of the series. That's going to be a double points race, I do believe. That is not this week, though. We are headed for the ESR Enduro this weekend. So get ready for that, as well as, of course, the ACC GT series at Monza. Checking out the On Tap channel to give full pimping to all of our events. Friday, Automobilista 2 action with the race kart GX390s at Grania Viana layout of I don't know what track that is, actually. That's interesting. Saturday, like I said, ESR Enduro at Spa GP. Oh, it's Spa. Oh, that's gonna be nice. And also action in the R Factor 2 series on Saturday. It'll be Skippies at Road America. So that'll be fun. And get ready for all that action. We're going to be paring down, I think, the series is a little bit, just because we're a little bit short on manpower in the admin booth. So if you want to become part of the administration/organization team, please let us know. We are always happy to train and help people develop their skills in that regard, and help us to perhaps host some additional series. And by the time you're reading this, I should have an announcement about the GT3 series for Wednesdays up on the Discord server. So get ready for that.
Spoiler alert, we're racing the limousines.
Ooh, that'll be intriguing. All right. So, Byron, do you have anything final to say to the people?
Do drugs.
But only the good ones.
Only the ones you want to do.
Don't end up like Bubbles.
Don't give up. Don't give in to peer pressure. Just do the drugs you want to do.